So, greetings everyone. I am Dr. Monica, working as Associate Professor in NIET Pharmacy Institute, affiliated to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam University. So, the subject I am taking is your Industrial Pharmacy 1, code number BP502T. So, in this mainly I am covering up the unit number 5, the unit number 5 which I have divided into 3 modules. First module is cosmetics, second module is your aerosols, and third module we will focus on the packaging part. So, first module I have already covered up in my previous session, in which I covered up cosmetics, various types of cosmetics, skincare products we covered up for a few of the oral products like toothpaste, we covered up lipsticks, we covered up that is shampoos, etc., hair care products. So, cosmetics part we have covered up in our previous 4 sessions. In this session I am focusing mainly on the pharmaceutical aerosols. Now, this is the second module of our unit number 5, that is pharmaceutical aerosols. So, in this aerosols part, the content which I am going to cover is your pharmaceutical aerosols. We will define that what actually pharmaceutical aerosols are. Along with that, we will try to understand about the valve assembly. We will focus on the manufacturing part, that how we can manufacture our aerosol products, and we will do the quality control test, how we can test our pharmaceutical aerosol products. So, first definition part, if we talk about what actually aerosols are. So, you must have seen in the market various kinds of aerosol products, but pharmaceutical aerosol products are the products which contain therapeutically active ingredients which have been packed under pressure. When we pack our active pharmaceutical ingredient under pressure into the container, so that kind of product which generate, that are known as aerosols, and these aerosols are released when only we activate our actuators. Actuators are being there within the packaging part only. When we actuate those actuators, as you must have seen a button like structure within the aerosol products. So, when we press that button or when we press those actuators, only then our product will release from the package. So, that kind of a product is known as pharmaceutical aerosols, which contain therapeutic active ingredients and which are being packed within the pressurized package, and which are released or activated only with the help of actuators or the valve systems. So, the term aerosols was originally customized to describe the liquid or solid fine mist particles with specific size range. They are being released in the form of, that is mist, in the form of sprays, in the form of that is foam. They are being released from the that is valve system. Valve system is always there within the aerosol containers, and that valve system will generate the formulation in the form of liquid mist or solid mist, or in the form of foams are being generated. So, the term aerosol now refers to the pressurized packed products that contain active ingredients and excipients that are dispersed in liquefied or compressed gas known as propellants. Aerosol dosage form can be topically, orally, nasally or systematically inhaled. So, these are the main products. Mainly these products contains our active pharmaceutical ingredients within the package, which will generate them in the form of a mist. The formulation will come out, and these can be used topically, these can be used orally, these can be used for the nasal application, and they can also be applied systemically. So, these aerosols are mainly actually the package system we need to talk about. Active ingredients are incorporated into a package system which have some valve system which will generate our formulation in the form of mist. So, this is the definition of pharmaceutical aerosol is. After that, we need to know about the advantages part. What advantages a pharmaceutical aerosol system gives over the other dosage form. First advantage is dose removal without contamination of the remaining materials. Rest of the material remains intact, it will not get impacted by the environment. Only the dose which we require, that will come out of the system, and rest of the dose or rest of the product will remain remain as it is stable without any contamination, it will not come in contact with the air. First is dose removal is easy and it will maintain the, that is sterility of the product sterility will remain maintained. Second thing is it will enhance the stability of the substance as it is not going to come in contact with air, environment, oxygen, moisture. So, when it will not come in contact, the rest of the formulation remains stable, its shelf life is enhanced without adding any kind of preservative into the formulations. After that comes, first is maintenance of sterility, second is enhanced stability, third one is direct delivery of medicament to the affected area, whatever the area where you want to apply that particular product. At that particular area, the delivery of drug will be direct. Like in nasal cavity, we can put on, we can apply them on the skin, we can apply topically, we can apply systematically, but directly it will deliver to the place where we want its effect. After that, rapid onset of action. The action of drug will be rapidly impact. You will see, if you must have seen various kinds of that analgesic products come into the market. Those analgesic products, if they may come in the ointment form, they also come in the spray or aerosol form. So, when we apply through the aerosol form, then they will have, that is rapid impact as compared to the that is preparation which we apply on the skin. So, if rapid action is required, then we must go for the aerosol products. Aerosol products are tamper proof system, means if they have any kind of a tampering, we can observe that these are the special type of a product, that is systems or packages which are tamper proof. No tampering can be done to these products, as the tampering is visible always. When we buy the product from the market, we can observe whether that product is tampered or not. So, this is a tamper proof product, this will give the evidence that our product is safe. Second, irritation produced by the mechanical application of topical medication, there is no irritation. As we apply topical preparation by rubbing on the skin, they may cause irritation, but aerosol will not cause any kind of mechanical application, is not required in case of aerosols. We just spray those medicaments, so that is why there will be no irritation in the on the system. So, in that way they are highly effective as compared to the other dosage forms. The disadvantage of aerosols is that, first thing is they are highly expensive. Other dosage products are cheap or they have less expensive, whereas as we have to use large scale manufacturing or packaging systems, so they become expensive. Second, they are using fluorocarbon as propellant to expel the gas from the aerosol product. Chlorofluorocarbons are being used as propellant, which are causing the ozone layer that is depletion. Third, they are toxic, explosive in nature and inflammable. So, these are the main disadvantages which we see in case of aerosols. Lot of advantages we have, but few of the disadvantages, that highly expensive chloroform propellants can deplete the ozone layer, they are toxic, they are explosive in nature and they are highly flammable. So, after that, first definition part, after that we have covered up advantages and disadvantages. Next thing we need to note down is your components of aerosol. What components are there within the aerosol system? The components of aerosol package is, first propellant, second one is container, third one is valves and actuator, and fourth one is your product concentrate. We need to know what components we need to add into our that is aerosol package. Aerosol package, as it is a package system, we need to understand the ingredients as well as the package too, because highly impact of the package is there in case of aerosol pharmaceutical aerosol. So, first thing, the component which is being included within the aerosol system is propellants. As I have told, chlorofluorocarbons are being used as a propellant to expel the active ingredients from the system or from the container. Second, container is there, third, valve system is there and actuators are there within the container, and product concentrate containing active pharmaceutical ingredient. So, these four things we need to focus on for the components of aerosol. One propellant, second one container, third one valve system and fourth one is the product concentrate. Now, propellants are actually responsible for developing proper pressure within the container. Proper pressure is being developed within the container with the help of propellants. So, providing driving force to expel the product from the container, it provides driving force so that our active constituents can be expelled out. Once we actuate it, it will expel out our that is ingredients from the propellant containers. So, types of propellants which are generally being used into the aerosol systems are liquefied gas propellant, which contains trichloro, fluoro, monofluoromethane, difluoromethane, dichloro, tetrafluoroethane, and as well as some of the compressed gases can also be used as propellants like carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, nitrogen. These are being used as gases. So, types of propellants, first one is liquefied gases, that is propellants, and second one is your compressed gases propellants. So, these are the few of the examples, the propellants which are being used in aerosols. After that, we need to know about the container part, what containers we are using in the aerosol systems. First is they must be able to withstand the pressure as high as 140 to 180 psig at 130 degrees Fahrenheit. So, you need to note down that the pressure they can tolerate. The container must be made of a material, made of a that is the product that is must be able to handle a pressure of 140 to 180 psig at 130 degree Fahrenheit. So, that is why the container contains, containers are generally made up of metals. Metals, they are being made up from metals, and the metals which are being used for aerosol products are tin plated steels, aluminum, stainless steels. Some of the glasses can also be used as a in making a container, like uncoated glass or plastic coated glass can also be used for as a container system for your aerosol products, pharmaceutical aerosol products. After that, first we discussed about propellants, what propellants we used. Second, we discussed about the containers, what kind of container material we can use, and next thing we need to note down is the valve system. That is the most important part in our pharmaceutical aerosols. The most important part is your valve and actuators. Valve and actuators are actually the main body of your that is aerosol container. So, aerosol valve is very important part of an aerosol container. It is vital part responsible for expelling and dispensing your dose. Whatever dose is being dispensed from the container, that dose is being decided by the valve system, that the dose will be decided by the actuator or valve system you are using for your preparations. So, valves accounted for delivering the product concentrate in a preferred form and controlled rate. So, valve system is the only system which will that is provide either the spray that the product will be expelled out in the form of sprays, the product will be expelled out in the form of a foam, the product will be expelled out in the form of a air mist. So, that will be decided actually by the valve system which we are going to use within the aerosol pharmaceutical aerosol package. So, aerosol valve is a unique feature of dosage which is vital part for effective expelling and dispensing of your product in a desired form. Desired form, you must be able to release the product from the aerosol container. So, aerosol valves are used depending upon the physical form to be dispensed and how the aerosol be used, and how you require the aerosol in the form of a mist form, or you require in the form of a spray, or you require in the form of a foam. So, that depends upon the valve system which you are going to use within the aerosol products. So, that is very important. So, the types of valves are variable, but we can divide these aerosol systems into two types. One is continuous spray valve and second one is metering valve. And continuous spray valve is which continuously when you will actuate or press the button, it will continuously spray the product from the container. But metering valve is a kind of a valve which will only deliver a known quantity of drug from the aerosol container. So, known quantity is being delivered only by the metering valves, whereas continuous spray is being delivered by different kinds of valves. So, continuous spray valves are the valves which deliver the product content constantly in the form of spray or solid form stream with or without amount determination. These kind of valves are the main types used for all categories of pharmaceutical aerosols. Most of the pharmaceutical aerosols, if you see, observe in the market, are a type of continuous spray valve, have continuous spray valve, but only few of the pharmaceutical products generally which for products or active ingredients in which we have added potent medicaments. Potent medicament means, that means if we have added any agent which is having high, that is impact or high therapeutic efficacy, their therapeutic window is very small. In that case, potent drugs like steroids we have to add into the metering dose containers, as well as the potent drugs which are who are having very small therapeutic window, means if the dose is given in higher amount, then it will reach the toxic levels. So, toxicity generates in that case of drugs if they are not given in a proper dose. If given in a small, given in a large dose, they may cause toxicity. So, that's in that case we need metering dose for our products. Most contains continuous spray valves, but few contains metering valves, especially the potent products which contains the potent medications. In that case we require metering valves. After that, if we talk about the valve system, you need to understand the valve system, what are the parts of the valve systems are. Valve system contain a valve, it contains an actuator, it contains a valve cup, it contains stamp gasket, spring, housing and dip tube. So, a valve system has a, that is valve system, as you can see, this is a valve, this is a valve cup, this is a stamp, this one is a stamp gasket, this is spring, this one is dip valve housing, and this one is your dip tube. As you must have seen in your day to day life or in the market also, our that is products which are come in a valve that is aerosol form, they have a valve system in which they have an actuator button. When we press that actuator button, it will release and the content will come out from the dip tube towards the, that is valve system. So, the valve, how we can define the valve, actually the valve is the opening where the product comes out. A wide variety of valves control how much product comes out. So, valve is a opening which is present within the, that is valve system. This is the whole valve system, and in the whole valve system, the opening which is there within that system from which the product comes out in the form of mist, in the form of spray, in the form of a foam, that opening is called the valve. Second thing is the actuator part. What actuators are? Actuators, these are the specially designed buttons, we call it them as buttons, which are being, when we pressed, they release our drug content in the form of spray, steam, foam or solid streams. So, actuators are further being divided as spray actuators, they are being called as foam actuators, they are called as solid steam actuator and special actuators. So, these are the 4 types we can see actuators have. They can release, depending upon the way they release the drug or they release the content from the container to outside, that the way they expel out, they deliver the product in the form of spray or in the form of foam or in the form of solid steam or in the form of special actuators. So, these are being divided into various types. After that, we have stamp part. That stamp part mainly provides the support to the actuators. Actuators are being supported by the stamp. So, and delivers the content in the desired form of the chamber from the actuators, and stamp is generally made up of nylon and Durlin. The nylon and Durlin it is made up of and it mainly support that is actuators, the buttons which we press generally to release the content. Valve is a opening, that is actuator is a button, and stamp is a support which is being provided to our actuator. After that comes the gasket. Gasket is made up of, that is rubber, generally rubber that is buber and or neoprene rubber, and compatible with most of the pharmaceutical, as the whatever thing we are going to use, that must be compatible with our pharmaceutical ingredients. It serves as a prevent to leakage of product concentrate when the valve is in a deactivated position. When we are not pressing the actuators or that valve is at rest, at that point gasket will help out. It will prevent the leakage from the, that is our aerosol system. There should be no leakage when the product is being kept at a rest. So, at that moment what works is your gasket part. After that comes spring. Spring is also being attached to the actuator part only. It is generally mainly stainless steel spring is being used to hold the gasket in place. Gasket is placed in place, is kept with the help of spring, and when the actuator is depressed or released, it returns the valve to its actual position or closed positions. So, after that spring is being attached, and next part which is being there within the that is valve system is your mounting cup. Mounting cup, it is attached to the valve proper to the container and are usually attached to the container either by rolling rolling the end under tip of the bottle or by clinching the metal under the tip. So, ferrule is a kind of a cup or mounting cup which hold the valve system with that is your container. Attach your whole valve system to the container. We always attach that system to the container with the help of mounting cup or ferrule. So, this is what the valve system is. Along with that, we also have the valve body or valve housing. Valve housing is it comprises of the opening at the point of the attachment of the dip tube and ranging from 0.013 inch to 0.80 inch and made up of nylon and Durlin. So, these are the main parts of assembly. Along with that, we have few of the that is valve system also have vapor tap. Now, what we understand by the term vapor tap? The housing may or may not contain another opening referred to as vapor tap within the system. So, vapor tap, what vapor taps will do? They will allow the escape of vaporized propellant along with the liquid product and is available in sizes, various size ranges like 0.013 to 0.080 inches. It further produces fine particle size. It prevents the valve clogging with the product containing insoluble materials, and it will allow the product to be satisfactorily dispensed from the container. In the inverted position, reduces the chilling effect of the that is propellant on the skin, and in the case of hydrocarbons propellant allow the decrease of flame extension. So, vapor tap is an extra attachment which is being added to the valve system. Few valve system contain it and few may not contain it, but they will provide an extra protection to our valve assembly. So, vapor tap is extra benefits to our valve assembly they generally gives, like they prevent the valve clogging, they prevent that is allow the product to satisfactorily dispense, and it will decrease the flame extension and even reduces the chilling effect of our propellants. After that, we have dip tubes. Dip tubes are the tubes which extends downstream into the product, concentrates and aids in transport of contents from the bottom of the container to the valve opening. From bottom to the valve opening, the product is being taken up with the dip tube with the help of a dip tube. So, dip tubes are generally made of polyethylene and polypropylene. Inner diameter of our dip tube is selected based on the desired viscosity and delivery rate. Along with the dip tube, we also have metering valve in the system, but only in few pharmaceutical aerosol products contain metering valves, and metering mainly generally which contains potent medications. So, these are used for dispensing potent medication with accurate dosage, with accurate dose. If we want to release from our aerosol container, then we need to attach a metering valve to our valve assembly. So, 50 to 150 mg of liquid material can be dispensed using a metering valve. This is an extra attachment within the valve assembly, so that we can deliver potent drug in a desired dose. So, dose is being controlled using the metering valve. So, In this way we have covered up, that is, few things about the aerosol part. Mainly in this session we have covered up the assembly part of our valve system, and along with that we have covered up the containers. We have focused on the that is what we covered. We covered up in this starting, this is the module 2. In this we have focused mainly on the definition part of aerosol, what actually pharmaceutical aerosols are. Along with that we also focused on, that is, few things related to your that is propellants part, what propellants we can use in case of pharmaceutical aerosol products. Along with that we covered up few of the containers which we must use, which can tolerate the pressure of our that is propellants. So, that kind of containers which we can use. Along with that we have covered up few of the things related to your that is valve assembly, that what parts are there within the valve assembly. We covered up valves, we have covered up actuators, we discussed about the various kinds of that is systems we can use. We gasket, why we use gaskets, why we use dip tubes, what are the roles of metering valves within the that is valve assembly. So, this is all about today's session about pharmaceutical aerosols. In the next session I will like to cover up and like to focus on how we can manufacture our pharmaceutical aerosol products, how we can generate our pharmaceutical aerosol product, and next to next session I will like to focus on the quality control test we need to perform on our products. So, these are the references, mainly the Lachman is the main book which you can follow for this aerosol. So, thank you so much.